There's nothing you need to do right now. No screen to watch, no thoughts to follow closely. You can simply rest and let this story move slowly beside you right now. As you're lying here, the universe is still awake. Not loud, not rushing, just quietly continuing, far beyond Earth, far beyond time as we feel it. Tonight, we're not exploring explosions or chaos. We're drifting into something much softer. The moments when the universe feels quiet. You don't need to stay awake for this. Even if your thoughts wander, the story will keep going. Slowly, gently, safely. Let's begin by leaving Earth without moving at all. As Earth turns away from the sun, cities dim, voices fade, and millions of minds slowly disconnect. But Earth doesn't stop. The planet keeps spinning silently at over 1,000 kilometers per hour. You don't feel it. You never do. Oceans keep shifting beneath the darkness. Mountains remain perfectly still. The air cools just a little. From space, Earth looks calm, almost motionless, but nothing here has truly stopped. And far beyond Earth, the universe continues, even more quietly. If you drift far enough from Earth, past the moon, past the familiar planets, you reach regions where stars are separated by unimaginable distances. Here, silence becomes real. Light can travel for years without touching anything. No sound, no collisions, just space, stretching endlessly. Some stars in these regions burn slowly for billions of years without ever being noticed. They don't rush, they don't change suddenly. They simply exist, patiently, quietly. It's okay if your thoughts slow here. You don't need to remember any of this. The universe doesn't mind. What feels like empty space is never truly empty. Invisible particles drift calmly. Gentle radiation hums softly. Too faint to hear. Too old to matter. This background whisper is older than Earth itself. It's the leftover warmth from the birth of the universe. Not loud, not dramatic, just a faint memory. Still floating, still present. You don't need to understand this. Just let it be there. Like background music you don't have to listen to. Entire galaxies move, but so slowly they feel frozen in time. The Milky Way drifts through space at hundreds of kilometers per second. Yet over a human lifetime, nothing appears to change. Stars orbit quietly. Nebulae glow softly. Gravity works patiently, without effort. No alarms, no urgency, just endless balance. If you fall asleep here, the universe won't notice. It has been this calm for billions of years. Even black holes, the most extreme objects we know, are quiet. They don't roar, they don't chase. They simply wait. Matter drifts inward, slowly, silently, over millions of years. Nothing sudden happens. Even the most powerful forces work gently, over vast amounts of time. If your breathing slows now, that's okay. This story isn't going anywhere. Somewhere in the universe, right now, a star is forming, so slowly that no one will ever see the beginning. Somewhere else, light from a distant galaxy is still traveling toward nothing in particular. And here, on Earth, you are safe, resting, while everything continues calmly without you. There's nothing you need to finish, nothing you need to hear. The universe will stay quiet long after this moment. You can drift now, as space always has. Somewhere far beyond the edge of the Milky Way, there are regions where time feels stretched. Not because anything special is happening, but because nothing is. Here, space is so empty that a single atom might drift for years without touching another. There is no sound here, no vibration, no movement you could notice, only distance. Light moves through this darkness patiently, never speeding up, never slowing down. It doesn't hurry, it doesn't pause, it simply continues. You don't need to imagine this clearly. Your mind can stay soft. Even a vague feeling is enough. The universe doesn't ask for attention. Everything in the universe moves, but almost nothing moves quickly. Galaxies rotate so slowly that a single turn takes hundreds of millions of years. Stars orbit quietly, never colliding, never rushing. Even change happens gently. A star does not suddenly appear. It gathers itself, grain by grain, over time spans too large to feel. If your thoughts feel slower now, that's natural. You are syncing with the rhythm of space. There is nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. The story will keep flowing, whether you listen or not. Gravity is always working, but it never announces itself. It doesn't make noise. It doesn't flash. It simply pulls, softly, constantly, forever. Planets follow their paths without effort. Stars remain balanced for billions of years because gravity never gets tired. Even now, as you rest, gravity holds you gently to the surface of Earth. You don't have to think about it. You never have. Some forces exist so quietly we forget they're there. In deep space, time does not feel the way it does here. There are places where 1,000 years passes like a single moment, and places where change feels frozen. Nothing dramatic happens. Nothing needs to. The universe is not in a hurry. If your awareness fades in and out, that's fine. The universe has always been patient with drifting minds. You can rest inside this slowness. There is no up or down in space, no center, no edge you can reach, only drifting. Particles float calmly, carried by nothing, guided by forces too gentle to feel. Even chaos smooths out over time. Sharp edges disappear. Movement becomes slow. Everything settles. Your body understands this. That's why stillness feels safe. Somewhere, far beyond sight, the universe continues exactly as it always has. No rush, no urgency, just quiet motion and endless balance. You don't need to stay awake. You don't need to remember this. The universe will keep going whether you listen or not. You can drift now, slowly, comfortably, as space always does. As you continue drifting outward, the familiar shapes fade away. No planets, no stars close enough to feel real, just long stretches of space where distance becomes the only feature. Here, nothing competes for attention. Light from distant galaxies passes by quietly, never stopping, never interacting. This light has traveled longer than human language has existed. It does not carry urgency. It does not demand to be seen. It simply moves, slowly, patiently. If your thoughts loosen here, that's natural. You're not meant to hold on. Much of the universe's story is written in silence, not in explosions, but in slow change. Atoms drifting apart, energy spreading thinner, heat fading gently. Nothing ends suddenly. Even stars take millions of years to disappear completely. The universe prefers softness. There is comfort in that. There are regions so distant that time feels stretched thin. Events happen so slowly they feel frozen. A single moment here can last longer than civilizations. Nothing is late. Nothing is early. Everything happens exactly when it should. If sleep arrives now, the universe will continue without interruption. You don't need to stay alert. You don't need to listen closely. This story will keep flowing, whether you follow it or not. Nothing loud will appear. Nothing sudden will happen. Only slow movement and gentle quiet. You are safe to rest here. The universe does not rush. It has no reason to hurry, and no place it needs to be. Everything unfolds at a pace that allows rest. Stars burn slowly, galaxies drift without effort, and even time itself moves gently here. If your thoughts come and go, let them. There's nothing to solve. Far away, beyond what can be seen, energy spreads thinner and thinner. No edges, no final moments, just calm expansion. The universe does not ask for attention. It continues quietly, whether observed or not. You don't need to follow every word. The space between the words is just as important. If sleep arrives now, nothing will be missed. This moment will blend into the next and the next, without any sharp transitions, no alarms, no signals, only slow continuity. Light continues traveling through distances too large to imagine. It passes through darkness without resistance. Nothing interrupts its journey, and nothing interrupts your rest. There is no ending here, only movement so slow it feels still, only silence that feels full, only rest that deepens naturally. The universe remains awake, so you don't have to. And as everything continues exactly as it should, you are free to drift. Now imagine this moment in the universe. Not an explosion, not a collapse, just a pause between two heartbeats of time. Galaxies still exist. Stars still burn, but nothing is rushing anymore. The universe is no longer doing, it is simply being. And for the first time, there is no urgency anywhere. Far from Earth, between galaxies, there are regions of space so empty that light can travel for millions of years without touching anything at all. No atoms, no dust, no sound. These places already exist, and they are closer than you think. In those regions, time feels different, not slower, not faster, just irrelevant. Nothing is waiting. Nothing is late. When physicists talk about the future of the universe, they describe something called heat death. It sounds dramatic, but it's actually very quiet. It's the idea that one day, all usable energy will spread out evenly. No gradients, no motion, no reason for change, not darkness, not destruction, just perfect balance. A universe with nothing left to chase. And strangely, this isn't frightening because nothing is wrong. Nothing needs fixing. Everything has arrived exactly where it belongs. Think about your own thoughts right now. They don't disappear suddenly. They fade, one by one, like stars at dawn, not because they're gone, but because there's no need for them anymore. Your brain knows how to do this. As you rest, networks that usually talk non-stop begin to quiet down. The background chatter lowers its voice. The mind stops narrating, and awareness becomes wide, soft, unfocused. This is not losing consciousness. This is returning to stillness. In this state, the universe and your mind are doing the same thing, letting go of unnecessary movement, releasing effort, allowing silence to take over naturally. Somewhere in deep space, stars are still forming. Somewhere else, others are burning out. But you don't need to follow them. You don't need to track time. You don't need to stay alert. Everything important is already happening without you. Right now, nothing is expected of you. Not attention, not understanding, not effort, just rest. If thoughts appear, let them drift past like distant galaxies. You don't have to visit them. You don't have to name them. Just watch them pass until even watching becomes unnecessary. The universe has been quiet before. It will be quiet again. And for this moment, you are allowed to be quiet too. There is nowhere to go, nothing to solve, nothing to remember, only space, only calm, only the slow unfolding of silence. Voice becomes softer, slower, and now you don't need words anymore. The universe will hold the silence for you. There is something comforting about how little the universe asks of you. Right now, it does not need your attention. It does not need understanding. It does not need answers. It simply continues quietly. Out beyond the reach of any telescope, there are stars that formed, lived, and faded without ever being seen. No witness, no record, and yet nothing was lost. The universe does not need to be observed to exist, and you do not need to think to be whole. Pause 3 seconds. As your body rests, your breathing finds its own rhythm. No instruction required. Each breath arrives and leaves on its own, just like waves on a distant shore. No one is watching. In space, there is no up or down. No direction is preferred. Everything floats without effort. Imagine your thoughts doing the same. Not sinking, not rising, just drifting. You may notice moments now where there is no thought at all. They might be brief, only a second, or 2. That is enough. Those spaces are the doorway into rest. Nothing bad happens when the mind goes quiet. Nothing disappears. Nothing breaks. The system simply powers down the unnecessary parts. Your brain is incredibly intelligent. It knows how to let go when it feels safe. And right now, it is safe. Somewhere far away, 2 galaxies pass each other slowly, not colliding, not rushing, just moving in a shared silence. No friction, no sound, only motion so gentle it feels like stillness. That same gentleness exists inside you now, not created, revealed. If a thought appears, you don't need to push it away. Just let it dissolve like mist under early sunlight. No resistance, no effort. The universe never hurries. Stars take millions of years to change. Space does not rush to fill emptiness. Silence is not a problem to solve, and neither is this moment. Your awareness can soften now. You don't need to focus. You You don't need to listen closely. You can allow the sound of my voice to become distant, like hearing someone speak from another room. Eventually, even that can fade. The universe existed long before language, before thought, before memory, and it will continue long after. Yet right now, it shares this quiet moment with you. Nothing is expected. Nothing is required. Just rest. If you drift in and out of sleep, that's perfect. If you stop listening entirely, that's even better. This is not a performance. This is permission. You're allowed to let go of the day, allowed to forget the future, allowed to disappear gently into rest. The silence does not judge. The dark does not demand. The universe does not rush you. And soon, you won't need words anymore. Good night. Sleep well. And enjoy the calm, relaxing music as you drift gently into sleep.